People with very high expectations have very low resilience. And unfortunately, resilience matters in success. I don't know how to teach it to you except for I hope suffering happens to you. And I...
Pause. Hey, listen, that's true. Pain and suffering does cause growth in character. I'm going to tell you why I disagree with that. Because what pain and suffering do is they get you to a point where then you agree that you have to work on character. But listen to how this goes.
And I was fortunate that I grew up with my parents providing a condition for us to be successful on the one hand, but there were plenty of opportunities for setbacks and suffering, and to this day I use the phrase pain and suffering inside our company with great glee, and the reason, and I mean that. Boy, this is going to cause a lot of pain and suffering. And I mean that in a happy way. Because you want to train, you want to refine the character of your company. You want greatness out of them. And greatness is not intelligence, as you know. Greatness comes from character, and character isn't formed out of smart people, it's formed out of people who suffered.
People who have suffered and then came to a point where they realized at that point they then need to work on their character. A lot of times, this is true. This is a very wise man, a very successful man, and he's in charge of one of the largest companies on earth. But pain and suffering isn't a necessary element to working on your own character. For example, we can teach character to our kids, manners, respect. It can be taught. It does not have to be learned through the school of hard knocks, because the school of hard knocks can undo a lot of it and teach you just to be a rough and tough. At 31score.com, you take a character assessment and it will reveal your low spots of your character through 3 of your closest references that you then swim upriver and say, well, why am I like that? What belief do I have? How can I work on it? Because it all starts with this thing on your own mouth, nobody else. We're not asking other people to be a certain way. We want to be it. When he talks about the character of his company, he's talking about a collective culture of the masses of people having character. I'm not sure pain and suffering in a company can do that to every individual on an individual basis. But for your teams at work and your cultures, what I say is when I do my workshops, it works if everyone does it, and it doesn't work if one person doesn't do it. It's a lot like the military. So would love to come and show your team how to improve their culture through individual character.